I really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been
hoping you drop on by.
very nice.
I'll hold your hands. They're just like
My
ice.
mother will start to worry.
Beautiful words you're humming.
My father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace roar.
So I really like better scurry.
Beautiful, come on, don't be ridiculous.
I mean, I could have maybe a drink or
I'll
so.
put some records on while I pour us a drink.
Wait, what is that in your pocket?
Oh, I'm really
That
excited.
thing looks like it's pushing against your jeans.
Yeah, some would call it a crotch rocket.
I don't know what's going on. Hey,
Hey, come on, I'll take
No.
your hat.
But you-
your hair looks swell.
I know, but it's... Why did
Let
you
me
pull
move
it
in
out?
a little bit closer.
I know, but why is it out?
Baby, don't hold on out. I'm not going to tell you again, bitch. It's freezing outside.
You're being aggressive.
No, I'm not. It's fucking freezing outside.
You're a
There's
huge-
nowhere else to go.
You're a huge guy, and unfortunately, it's not that big.
Let me look at my list. Nope, blue balls aren't on there.
I
So let's
really
take care of
must go.
this gift.
The answer is no.
Baby, it's cold
I
outside.
understand that, but what is that trip?
Well, you just dropped in and I wasn't ready and it's cold outside.
There's something I have to tell you.
Ooh, what's up, girl? Now I'm getting emotional.
I'm not what you think.
Oh, what's that in your pants? Is that a lump of coal?
No, it's just that I'm...
Let me guess again. Is that a big old candy cane?
No, I've got to tell you that at the end of the day, I'm really a guy.
Oh, god damn it.
Sorry, I hope you're not disappointed.
I'm really not that mad.
I mean-
because it is cold
All
outside.
you have to do is push my balls to the side.
I call that bulldog in your nuts.
Go ahead and get crazy.
Oh, you mind if I put my little Rudolph snout down below?
Why would you do that?
Bitch, I said it's cold outside.
Woo.
And I can't get anyone else here.
Your nose is so warm.
It is Christmas and I'll make an exception.
I've got some gas. I hope I'll hold it.
Oh, baby, it's cold
outside.
outside. Boy, that is a Fighter
was
and
a
the Kid
really good song.
Christmas song, son.
Dude, that was just
Wow.
a good improv. I guess I turned into a guy.
I-
Well,
what-
you found out I'm a guy, but you didn't care.
It's Christmas, man. I'm more
Yeah.
forgiving. I'm
God.
more open to the idea.
We are so we're so open.
We don't discriminate.
No, we don't.
I don't care. If you want to make, what do you want me to call Santa? If you want me to call him a Z, you want Santa Z? I'm cool with that.
You use the pronouns.
Whatever you want.
Good old
If Santa
Santa
thinks
Claus.
he's a worm, you want me to call him a worm?
You call him worm.
Whatever
Depends
you
on
want,
however
Santa.
he
You
identifies
feel like
himself.
a worm? You feel like a big
Does
old...
Santa have to be a guy, and does he have to be white? That's my question. I just find it
know what?
offensive. Chin's Korean. What if Santa's Korean?
Yeah, Chin, why does your Santa have to be white as fuck?
I don't know.
Did you celebrate Christmas?
Hashtag
Yeah.
Korean Santas matter.
Yeah.
Han Santa.
Han Santa.
Even with Santa, he has a
Evil
darkness.
Santa.
God
yeah.
damn it, Koreans.
Yep.
I know.
So, but you guys do the traditional Christmas?
Everything. But we do it, my family does it American style. Remember I said I'm from Texas, so we
Yeah.
do it very, very Caucasian white country.
How does the Korean culture typically do Christmas?
Good question. I don't know of any particular real Christmas celebration. I think we all celebrate just the way Americans do.
White style.
Yeah.
Do you
There's a
open
huge
gifts on
Christian.
Christmas Eve?
There's a,
What's up?
Go
Go
on.
ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna. Do you open gifts on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
We do our celebrations on Christmas Eve.
That's interesting.
There's a huge Korean Christian population.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our family is all Christian, but I'm not really a practicing Christian.
Yeah.
But
Are you-
everyone's Christian.
Well,
Are you
obviously
an
going to hell.
atheist, Chin?
I don't know what I am.
Do you believe in a higher being?
I do believe in some sort of higher being, but
Well, you're not an atheist.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know
gonna
anything
say.
else.
Now, if Santa was real and you had to make a list, what would be on that list?
You got three things, Jen.
Let's see. A nice working car.
Damn, your car don't work?
It works, but it's not great.
You want something else?
Yeah, a nice, cool car.
Like what kind of car?
Bentley, Tesla, one of those things.
We'll let you drive our cars for the entire
Then
vacation.
that's my Christmas wish come true.
Okay, we're
Right.
Santa. I don't care. And then what else?
Um,
Oh man, you're really
I don't
imaginative.
really ask for much, really.
All
Just
right,
as
Brendan.
long as everyone's healthy.
Santa Claus exists. What are you putting on your list? Get crazy, dude. He's
I
magic.
mean-
What do you want?
Like a real Santa?
What do you want from Santa Claus, you fuck? It's been good.
Some fat white dude. I tell you what I don't want. Some out of shape white dude crawling through my chimney, coming into my house.
What if he gets stuck?
Stomping fucking snow all through my
If
place.
he gets stuck, you pour some olive oil down the chimney. Let him
Let him
wiggle.
up?
No, you let him wiggle his way down. You light him up. Light him up.
I didn't know where you were going
Oh my
with this.
God! How is that? That's what
Light
came to
him
your
up.
mind. Light him up. That was so vicious.
And he just hit right away. Light his ass up.
No, you know,
Hey,
put some olive oil on there.
I don't know, man.
Light 'em
Like
up.
when at my age, it's just like when you're a kid, like you're like, God, I hope I get that whatever pogo stick or
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, and you're like, God damn, I hope I get it. At our age,
You can have anything you want.
well, not that, but you can just you just go work for it and buy it, and you're not relying on anyone else.
I want.
What about you?
I think I want like a couple girlfriends, and
Oh, you're talking about that Muslim life, though.
I'm just talking
Talking about,
about
like, dying
just
getting those
talking about
virgins?
Santa can show up and just give me whatever, and I can blame it on Santa. What? I was given to me as a gift. What was I going to return it? I don't even know where the North Pole is. I don't even know where he lives. I'm just having fun with my presents.
It's a good gift.
I'd like a little. I'd like to magically have a little black and Samoan in me. A little. I want to share in
Hey,
that genetic
what-
so I can be a little thicker.
Hey, B, what was
taller.
Christmas like for you? Because you guys were traveling all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
So was it
No, but
random?
my parents
Like, did
would-
you have trees and shit?
Oh
or
yeah,
no?
they'd go all out.
Would they? So they
Yeah.
made it special?
Yeah.
That's cool then.
They'd open up. But but honestly, you really want to know the truth?
No, please lie to us.
I mean, my parents were not the best. Like my mother, and I'm not exaggerating. My father brought me back a stuffed piranha one time from the Amazon. Yeah, and then I wanted a Swiss Army knife, and they brought me back a sweatshirt from Switzerland. I never
That'll
forgot
piss you
that.
off.
It was
That'll hurt your feelings.
There are a few things in my life that have been devastating. It's going to sound ridiculous. Hardest I ever cried was when I didn't win the Class A New England's in wrestling my senior year, and then when I didn't get a Swiss Army knife, I didn't cry,
How
but I
old were
remember I was probably 9, and I
That's
wanted
a
a
big
Swiss.
deal,
I wanted a
man.
Swiss Army knife, and they brought me back a sweatshirt.
Fuck you,
A sweatshirt, and I remember my face got really red, and I think it was my grandmother said, "Oh, his face just got really red." Because I was trying not to show that I was so disappointed.
You're all, oh, it's cute. No, I love this
Yes,
thing I wanted.
you remember at 9 years old, you had to be
Yeah.
like, "I love this terrible sweater."
I know.
So I remember that. Then I got a piranha, and I'm not exaggerating.
I'm not mad at that gift.
It was pretty cool. And then I got my mother went into the attic in New York, and she wrapped. I'm not joking. A couple of lamps.
Fuck you.
I am not kidding. I am
Bro,
not
you had
kidding.
a horrible childhood.
She wrapped some lamps for me because nobody else, there was something to wrap and give you. And I open up and I go, "What is this?" And she goes, "It's for your room."
So they basically forgot. And we're like, let's figure something out.
Yeah, my mother was she would just wrap shit and re-gift things, which
That's
is
a
fine.
Bummer. It's
Yeah.
not fine, no, B.
Yeah,
It sucks.
but they were
man.
great. My parents were great.
Yeah,
at the
now
same
they
time.
sound beautiful.
Yeah, but we weren't a sentimental family.
You're not at all.
No, because
You're
I
not-
didn't grow up that way.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's very weird. And they
Did
were
they
very
tell-
very uncomfortable with emotion. Both my
Yeah.
parents.
So are you.
Yeah.
Did they tell you at like 4 Santa wasn't real?
When the fuck? My dad was very good at saying things like, my father would say, Santa Claus, I was on my way here and I actually saw him. It was very interesting because he landed he clipped a roof and his reindeer hit the roof and he had to go over there and bandage his hoof. And I waved at him and he looked down and he said, "Has Brian been a good boy?" And I'm fucking... I was 18 years old. I mean, I still believed in him. No, but I was like, no.
You were like 8 or 9.
Oh,
You're like,
dude. But my dad...
What'd you say? And
He'd
like,
weave these stories.
yeah.
And he's like, and I said, "But what he was doing?" He goes, "Yeah, but he was busy with his reindeer." And I said, he said, was Brian a good boy today? This year? And I said, he was. And he said, all right. Well, I'm going to check. I got to check to make sure that that's true. And I was like, fuck, there's still another list.
Another level.
Like, he's not taking my dad's word for it.
No, it's
There's
like a casting agent.
Dude, there's video
Yeah,
on
it's
me.
still Hollywood.
There's hardcore
it's
video.
still Hollywood. They're going to have to check your audition tape.
Woo! Yeah. And
Hey, Dad, let's sell that a little better, though. I told him, yeah, I think so.
well, remember when skateboarding? See, this was in the 70s. So skateboarding was all the rage, of course, and I loved skateboarding. My dad, I lived in Saudi Arabia. Now, I'm sorry.
skateboarding.
I believe I was in Greece. Yeah. Now in Greece in 1979 or whatever. Ask me how many skateboarding shops there were.
0.
Yeah. Ask me how many anything there was.
So did your dad fly a skateboard on a private jet to the?
My dad came back on a commercial plane, but he went into a skateboard shop in New York or wherever it was and said, give me your best thing, whatever it is.
Your best board.
Whatever it cost him, probably $110, but back then, but for me. And he came back, and I remember the wheels were, you could see through them, and they were green polyurethane. Cool. And it might have been the greatest gift of all time. Even the way it fucking smelled, even the way the wheels smelled, and the ball bearings. And my buddy, I can't remember his name.
How old are you at this time?
I was 11, 12, and my buddy took that skateboard and hogged it. He just fucking hogged it. He just hogged it. And we would be sharing our skateboards because our skateboards suck. We threw those away. They were the worst skateboards on the planet.
So you had this killer one. He's like, I'm just going to test it out for you.
I got it. It was the one we were looking at. It was like you'd look on the magazines and be like, imagine getting these trucks and these wheels. As a kid, you're like, dude, look at those. And it was stickers.
Possible. Yeah.
I had the shit. It was like showing up at a car show with a
you
Bugatti.
Got a Ferrari.
With a fucking Bugatti. Yeah. Like a Bugatti. I mean, it's the same thing.
It was the Bugatti for 12-years.
Every one of my friends was like, we're in Greece. You don't get thing. I always mention that to people. Like, unless you're on an army base, but even then, you don't go to stores. No stores. It's not
the same
back
thing.
then. Now it's different.
Tight move,
back
Dad.
Then, dude.
That kind of makes up for that Swiss Army.
Yeah.
You know what it doesn't make up for? Wrapping those shitty lamps.
Wrapping those
That'll
shitty
get
lamps.
ya.
But he surprised you. My dad surprised you. Came home one day with
That's a
a
legit
real
gift.
samurai sword.
How old were you then?
And said, it's weighted to cut your head off. I'll never forgot it. He goes, this thing is weighted to cut your head off.
How old were you then?
I was old enough. I was probably 15. 14, 15.
Are you old enough to have a real samurai sword at 14?
Probably not, brother. Probably not, but let me tell you something.
If I'm a therapist right now, going through your gifts, you could tie some things together here.
I liked it. I had to leave it. Remember, I had to go to boarding school, right? Because my family was away.
Yeah,
then when they moved to Connecticut, I kept it there. And when I would come home, this is what a psycho I am. First thing I'd go is check on my samurai sword, make sure that blade.
Cut fruit and stuff.
I didn't. Apparently, again,
you did nothing.
Again, because it was expensive. This is great. So it's expensive, right? I mean, this is the real deal. You don't touch the blade. This is very, very special steel.
What am I going to do? It's
weighted, and also you're not supposed to draw it unless you're going to draw blood. But of course, I would draw it.
What am I going to do with that?
And I would, and I'd look at it. So I was like, this is the real thing. I had it on my wall. It was and there was a whole story behind it, right? I take it to my Korean Taekwondo teacher in D.C. in college. I mean, because he's talking about swords and blades and what badass is the, katana is and all that. And for a Korean guy to talk about how badass samurais are, they don't like Japanese.
Yeah.
The Japanese are a lot of the reason they have such Han. So I was like, damn, I'm going to show this dude my sword. And I bring him this sword. He knew better. He knew. I showed him my sword and he goes, this is a sword I've been revering and never touching the blade. And he goes, they said this is real? I go, yeah. He goes, this is a toy. He goes, this is where they make these in the factory. And he showed me why.
God damn
Devastated.
God damn
My
it.
dad's a liar. Hey, Dad, I've been fucking praying to this sword. I created a fucking shrine, and you got you're pulling
You bought
the
it from Toys R Us?
I'm not touching a blade. Never once. My sister touched the blade. I flipped. I was like, whoa.
Hey,
whoa, I got to wipe it
you
off.
ruined it.
You don't touch the blade. And she's like, oh my God, whatever. I'm like, listen, you don't, like, as a
You can't
boy,
blame
like,
your dad,
this
though.
is Bushido. I do the same thing. I'll do that to my son. I'm not going to spend a
100%.
fucking $10,000 on a fucking sword.
No,
I'm going to lie
I'll do the same
and buy
thing.
one in a souvenir shop that costs $6. The fuck out of here.
God, that was a cool gift.
It's weighted. It's weighted to cut your head off. I was like, and I kept saying that to him. I go, it's weighted.
He was like, not really.
He goes, not at all. And he explained why.
You did this to Rogan too. Remember where Rogan has someone gave him a samurai sword and Rogan goes, that's from 1904. And Brian goes, let me see it. Let me see that. And he goes, easy with it. Rogan goes, easy, man. That's an old sword. Brian gets it, goes, nah, this is fake.
Yep.
Rogan goes, no, it's not.
I stand by
it was
it.
like Step Brothers. I'm just sitting there watching. Rogan goes, no, it's not. Brian goes, this thing's fake, bro. Look at the handle. Rogan goes, no, it's not. And they're arguing back and forth. I'm like, I think that's a fake blade too.
He and I will become 12-year-olds right quick, by the way.
I don't think that's a blade from 1904. I really don't.
No, I looked at
He'll
it.
argue the fuck out of it, though.
Sir, I think that handle is artificially distressed.
Oh, Aubrey gave it to him.
Yeah.
from on it, right? And Aubrey has one.
Well, guess what? Aubrey got the wool pulled over his eyes.
I
too.
agree.
I'm saying it on the podcast.
No. I think they know.
Yeah.
That's not a Last Samurai sword. It's definitely not. So I think the best. My parents were great with Christmas.
Yeah.
I remember my mom had, especially back then, I was balls deep into football. My favorite player was Junior Seau. My brother's was Deion Sanders. My mom somehow had a connection to this guy who could get authentic NFL jerseys. And there's no shops like there are now. We can just order them offline and get the authentic one. But my mom knew this dude. And he's like, well, who's your son? He's probably trying to hook up with my mom or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, well, who do your sons like? And she's like, Junior Seau and Deion Sanders. And then somehow my mom got a hold of the official, like, game-worn jerseys. And they were so expensive, I assume. Maybe he hooked her up. And then I remember my mom was so excited. She can't keep a secret like me. And it was like a week before Christmas. She goes, now I got this gift, and you're going to freak out. Like, it's the best gift you've ever got. I'm like, oh, really? And she goes, yes. Do you want to just see it? And I go, well, I'm fucking, I don't know, 12 or 13. I'm like, yes. She's all, now if I show you, you can't get upset on Christmas because there's no surprise because this is the king of all the gifts. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right. And then she shows it to me, and I was like, oh, I freaked out. It was the away game, Junior Seau, the 75th anniversary NFL badge on it, all sewn in.
And you love clothing even as a kid.
Yeah,
Your brother told me that you would dress up.
Yeah, loved it. And my brother got the San Francisco 49ers Deion Sanders jersey all sewn, and I was so excited. And oh, my God, this is nuts. My mom goes, what are you doing? I don't have any surprise on Christmas. And my mom goes, are you shitting me?
Little
and
bitch.
I went, I don't have Christmas now. She goes, what the fuck? I just told you. If I showed you this, you can't. I know, it's just kind of sad though, right? And she goes, no. And my brother was like, you're a fucking moron. And I was like, I'm just saying, I have nothing to look forward to.
Oh my God. You know what's funny about that is you like surprises. My wife's the same way. She's like, I love a surprise. Don't tell me.
Only if they're good.
I want to know right now. I don't give a shit. We got my present now? Open it up right now. All right? Christmas? All right, what's it right now?
Well, it gives you something to look forward to.
Not me.
Otherwise, if you open it up.
Fuck off.
Like, I sent my brother a gift, and he goes, hey, it came today. I'm just going to open it. I went, don't you fucking touch that. So I text his wife, Anthony, like, make sure he does not open it.
Why? Because you want to see
Christmas.
So you're not even going to be there, but you want to see him.
Yeah, well, you want something to look forward to on Christmas.
You want him.
Yes.
You want him to wait.
It makes Christmas special. Like, but I
don't give a. You give. I'll open it. I'm calling Jay as soon as we're done with this podcast.
He can't open it.
I'm gonna say, Jay, open it.
No, he knows the rules.
Open it up.
Then I can't send him any more gifts.
Oh,
how about
my
you know what
God.
Jay did to me though? And obviously, most guys aren't like me. He goes, "Hey, I'm talking to him." He goes, "Hey, so you're gonna love your gift, man. It's sick. We know we get each other good gifts." He goes, "You're gonna love your gift. It's sick. I just checked the track on it. It comes Monday." Hey, and then I went, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I just checked the track and it comes Monday." I went, yeah, but Christmas is on Sunday, though, right? And he goes, yeah. I went,
You would drive me crazy.
and he goes, yeah, but he gets their money. I went, no. I get what you're saying, but is this a gift for New Year's or because it's not getting? I'm not opening a gift on Christmas. He goes, I'll send you a picture. I went, you might as well send me a picture of a goddamn pet zebra because I don't have the gift, man. You can send me anything you want. I said, how the fuck you not going to get it here on Christmas? He goes, I know, I should have paid for the 2-day shipping.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You love tradition. You love those things.
Yeah.
My wife is the same way. She
I think
loves
it's
the
cool.
Tree. I think it's actually an amazing holiday.
Christmas is my favorite
It can be
holiday.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's so cozy.
It is cozy. It's one time I can kind of chill. I don't feel forced to like work out or anything like that. I used to work out when I was fighting. I'd work out like the day, like I'd force Henner to open the gym and roll with me or some shit like that. But now that I'm not fighting, I'm not doing any of that.
Right.
That Junior Seau jersey is a big one. Teddy Ruxpin, if you guys remember, Teddy Ruxpin was a huge one for me because we didn't have a ton of money. But Teddy Ruxpin was expensive. You'd put tape in and you'd tell you a story and his mouth would move. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Nope.
No.
Didn't get that
And then
stuff.
My Pet Monster.
Wow.
Those were my big ones.
One time, speaking of jerseys.
I remember my grandma got me a fleece blanket that had an eagle on it. I was like, what the fuck you want? What am I going to do with this? And I was 17.
When I was I did what the hell was it? Inside Schwartz, and I did it with Bo Jackson, and he signed a jersey for me. He wore it in the scene, and then signed it. We got along, he signed it to me.
Yeah, sweet.
And I was like, oh wow. And I remember that I gave it to. There was this guy who was, I think it was Michael Givanelli. I can't remember. In my acting class, great guy, and he was a huge football fan. Huge. I might have been Michael, but anyway, I gave him the jersey because he was a huge Raiders fan, and I gave him the jersey.
Yeah, you said that 7 times.
And his face, it was like...
He was excited?
I was like, I got this signed jersey by Bo Jackson sitting in my drawer. What am I going to do, frame it? That's not what my thing... And they're not that valuable, let's be honest. Maybe. Anyway, it was a big deal for him.
Yeah. He liked it?
Yeah, just watching a grown man get excited was like, it's
a pretty cool gift, though.
Is it? Is that a good gift as a football fan?
Good. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Bo Jackson signed jersey.
But go back to your gift at 17, because what's the best gift you ever got? Like, what's the one gift?
That Junior Seau jersey.
That's the best. Where you can remember being the most excited.
I remember, and it's a little foggy because I was young, man. I was like 6 or 7, but I was super into the WWF. And my brother and I saw, it was like a kit with little action figures in it, but all our favorite WWF guys. And I was like, God, that'd be cool to have. And my brother's like, yeah. And then my mom or my aunt, Nubby, her and Jay left. And I was like, where are they going? They're like, you can't go. You got to stay here. And it was late. I remember it was late, and they were going to Aurora Mall in Aurora, obviously, very for sure. Aurora Mall in Aurora.
Aurora Mall, the one in San Francisco.
Well, there's Aurora, Chicago, but anyways, Wayne's World. Shout out to Wayne's World. But they left, and I fell asleep. And then they came, and it's weird now I think of it because it's really late. And I fell asleep, and I woke up probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. The gift was wrapped next to my bed. Like, what the fuck is that? Where did that come from?
Whoa.
And I opened it up, and it was the thing that I wanted.
My
brother went and told my aunt like what I wanted.
I don't believe I ever received a gift, and this is especially Italian and maybe Catholic. I'm not kidding when I say this. There was never a Christmas that I got a gift where I wasn't told how lucky I was, because some kids get
nothing.
An orange in a sock.
Well,
I swear to God, some kids just get an orange in a sock and they're happy, and I'd be like, how miserable would those kids be? I was like, is that the only time? It's the only time in the year they get an orange. Talk about exaggerating. I'd be like, I'm just trying to enjoy Christmas. What the fuck? Can I, without feeling guilty,
enjoy those used lamps.
I'd have a king's ransom of shit, though.
Yeah.
I mean, a king's ransom. My grandmother went all out. She'd just buy me everything.
Yeah, my parents would go nuts.
But not without, just so you know, some people get lint.
I know.
They eat lint.
Gives you
and they're happy. They have a bowl of lint.
Hey, how about my dad's in town? My dad and my stepmom are in town for Christmas. And they come over for dinner. I was supposed to go to your house for dinner, and I had to cancel because my dad came over unexpectedly. And I ordered Thai food. We have this great Thai food place up the street. I don't know what it is, man. And for whatever reason, like when my dad comes around, like, we ordered this Thai food all the time. It's Thai food. They don't offer flaming young. There's no fucking beef stroganoff. It's Thai food.
Right.
Pad Thai, Pad See Ew, Tom Kai soup, and
it's good accent.
Tom Kai.
Good accent.
Oh, Jack Tok Thai, Tom Kai.
Good accent.
So he's looking at the menu. I'm like, yeah, Dad, just like your regular Thai food, So, and he's looking.
Already.
Hey, 5 minutes go by. I'm like, what do you typically get at Thai places? He's like, like Pad Thai. I'm like, yeah, they have the Pad Thai is like, it's actually the very first thing right there. So you just get like the chicken Pad Thai. He goes, yeah, I do. They got let's see what else they got. I'm like, 5 more minutes go by. I'm like, hey, so I'm gonna place the order. If you just want to kind of give me your order. Then him and my stepmom are talking about the order, and I don't know what it's like. Now I'm older. It's not that it gets on my nerves, but it's like it's hard to describe.
It's called idiosyncrasies.
So then I order the food, right, and Passion of the Christ is on fucking 24-hour marathon. When's the last time you saw that movie?
Now, that's like watching.
Have you ever seen an ass whooping like that? It's so brutal.
Talk about getting the shit kicked out of you.
For reals. Talk about a chin.
But beyond.
Talk about a chin on a gentleman.
And
how he didn't give up.
Fainting, and they had to have ambulances.
For sure.
That movie made $1 billion. Mel Gibson
made a lot of money. Lot of money.
Then got super drunk a lot and would say bad things.
Would it be?
Lost a lot of money.
Is it the easiest movie ever to... anyways, to act as Jesus, he's all... Anyway,
Jim
sorry
Caviezel.
about that. Yeah. Hashtag not Satanist.
Yeah.
So that movie's on, and my dad goes, we're having like a nice conversation about my son or something. And he goes, he's looking at the TV in my back too, and he goes, "Can you, God damn it, can you switch it?" I'm like, "What?" And I turn around, it's just fucking him just getting, mutilated.
Worked. I think whipped with barbed wire, burnt. I mean, like crazy.
They had like razors on
like,
it.
dude, he looks like a pineapple.
And I said, "Dad, this is what Christmas is about. You need to watch this." He was like, "Turn the fucking TV off." I was like, "Yeah, you got a point." Like,
God, yeah.
they just have Passion of the Christ on like fucking.
I remember when
24/7.
Rogan saw that movie and he goes, "You see that fucking movie?" Like he's just looking at me like this. You know, he looks at you like that.
Yeah.
And you better
agree with him.
You better agree with him right now.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The worst.
He goes, "It's like watching somebody get the shit kicked out of him for 2 hours, nonstop." He got the shit kicked out of him for 2 hours. That's my fucking review. Moving on.
I mean,
It made so much money.
So much money, when he's getting his ass whooped, just destroyed, right? And he's all bloody, and they put that barbed wire reef on his head, and they're making those people carry the cross up the mountain.
Yeah.
Why in the world wouldn't you just go, wait, I have to? You're going to torture me as I carry this thing, which is humanly impossible to carry up that mountain. But that's another day, another argument. So I have to carry this all the way up the mountain. And when we get up there, you're going to staple me to it, and I die. Yeah, that's what we do. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it, so just kill me here. Like, why not just do it here?
Well, the Romans would they would crucify people.
No, I get
That
it.
was Now, do you know the last thing Christ said on the cross? Little trivia for you.
I just watched this, so I should know, because they did it on there.
Well, there's one thing he says. And then he
Forsaken
says,
me.
Well, he says,
"Why did you forsake me? Father, why did you forsake me?"
Father, why did you forsake me?
And then his mom
But
goes,
then what's he
"Flesh of my
say in
flesh,
the
blood of
end?
my blood."
What's the final thing he says? I believe.
Well, I
look
just
this up,
watched
Jim.
this. He says, "Why have you forsaken me?"
And then he says,
doesn't he forgive everyone for
he
their
says,
sins?
I believe he says, "It is accomplished." In
Yes,
other words,
that's right.
I didn't renounce my
Yes.
Father in the end. No matter what, I stayed true.
You're right, because he goes, "It's
Yeah.
accomplished." Then he goes, on the movie, he goes, "It is accomplished."
Yeah.
And this people goes,
Which is I believe INRI. I think that's what it means, INRI. That's kind of a powerful. Think about how powerful that symbology is of just kind of getting the shit tortured out of you, being crucified, and you still don't renounce. There's another thing he gets. What's that one thing he gets? Remember when he's sitting there?
You give him some water out of a sponge.
Yeah, but when he's up on the cross, I always forget that there's one other. Like the Romans were like, "That's not good enough."
Oh no, the wind's blowing. They're where he's gonna fall over, so they want to make sure you're dead. So they take the spear and go into his side and just blood everywhere.
God, that's gotta hurt.
Well, I think he's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, he's already come.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he was.
they just want to make sure it's like.
Oh,
to make
that's
sure
why.
He can't, like, if it falls over, he can't, like, be like, ugh, and, like, walk off.
Jesus.
So they wanted to make sure. Yeah, this got dark fast. But,
Well, it's religious.
hey, what did you get your kids for Christmas? Can I take a guess? You have no idea?
Look, man, the truth is I bought my son some clay. I bought my daughter some art supplies.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Your wife did. You
No,
signed off on it.
I was told to go buy that stuff,
You
so I went to
never
buy it.
went to the store. You would
Actually-
not know what clay to buy.
Before this podcast,
What's the brand?
I went and bought my two kids some art supplies, and I bought my wife a beautiful jacket. I got her something nice.
What kind of jacket for Bora Bora?
No, it's for
You guys leave for Bora Bora tonight?
uh,
Saturday night.
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas night.
Oh yeah.
What time's the flight?
I don't know. It's a red eye. It shouldn't be too long. I think it's like 28 hours. I don't know how long it is. It's not too far. Can you see how long it is from
Bora
Los
Bora's
Angeles to
far.
Bora Bora? Polynesia.
17 hours?
Oh, because then you got to take another plane. Don't kid yourself. You take another plane after that, then you take a boat.
If someone said, Brendan, there's $10,000 on Bora Bora right now.
It says 7.5 hours.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
You take a plane.
7.5, that's it?
Yeah,
That's not
'cause
bad.
It's the Pacific, It's not
That's
bad
not bad at
It's
all.
Not bad at all. It'd be great.
Why do you think it's so far?
Wait,
No,
I'll update. 8 hours and 43 minutes.
Depending on the tailwinds. Depending on whether or not the winds are
and,
against you or
and
with
it's a direct flight?
Yeah, but then you get that's into French Polynesia. Then you take another plane.
Like one of those puddle jumper planes?
Yeah, and you get in a cab, and you go to a boat. You get in a boat.
And you ride the turtles in?
Ride the turtles in. You take that boat.
So you're looking about a full day of traveling just to get there?
Probably. Go ahead and bring up the aerial view of Bora Bora, though. Go ahead and bring that up and take a look at that.
No, it's beautiful. I've seen it.
That
sure.
water's so stupid.
Yeah. But blue and like
All
wet.
blue and shit.
Yeah.
I know. You know what?
Is it any different than Hawaii water?
Is it?
Yeah, it's real warm and clear, right?
I know what you mean. No, it's very special. Oh, the power's off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
okay.
But the
we've all seen the water.
I mean,
be
it just
fun,
depends.
though.
Isn't vacation about the people you're with and what you're doing? You know, that's kind of how I feel. Like you can go somewhere, and if you're not with people you like, you're fucked. I was in the Bahamas one time with a girl I didn't like.
Oh,
I was in Jamaica
Doesn't
one
matter
time
where
with a
you're
girl
at.
I wasn't into.
Doesn't matter where
Let me
you're
tell you something right now. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. Hey, how about this? You want? How about this in Jamaica? I'm so bored. I meet a bodybuilder. And this guy takes a shine to me.
But he did.
No, not that, because he's got his girl.
Yeah,
and I noticed that his girl was like had gone off, and he goes, "Where are you going? When you're not with me, you're in the room. And if I don't know where you are, you tell me where you are." Like, and I was like, I said to my girl, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" She goes, "Hey, look at me. That's a game they play. She's into it. She likes being owned by him." And I was like, "Oh, I was young. I was like, I didn't know that."
Weird.
And so I was so bored. We were playing ping pong. I didn't know what to do. I'm fighting with my girl. We're done.
This was just a girlfriend.
Yeah, and I'm stuck in Jamaica. And I'm not a drug guy, but the guy goes, I need some blow. This bodybuilder. I'm walking
This
around.
bodybuilder liked to party.
And his girl
Black
is there.
gentleman
His
in
girl's
Jamaica?
there, and he's
Black
going,
gentleman in Jamaica?
Nope, white guy. He's from the South. And he said, I remember he said, he said, my workouts, my leg workouts were so tough, I couldn't even sit on the toilet. Nobody can really, a lot of people can't keep up with my leg workout. And he goes, and he paused, he goes, hell, no one can. And, he's that guy.
Meathead stuff. Yeah.
A meathead. And he's like, I'm looking for something strange around here. And I was like, what? This is the first time I ever heard the expression strange. He goes, I'm looking for something strange. I said, your girl's right there. You're looking for, trying to pick up girls there at the resort, which was like,
He's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy. And then the next thing I know, he goes over and talks to some guy at this fence and gets cocaine. And I'm so bored. And he starts
sounds
cutting
like the
lines.
perfect running mate.
I was like, I'm in Jamaica. I don't know what's in this stuff, but let's roll the dice.
With some good Bob Marley
I played
dandruff.
ping pong, wired out of my mind.
Playing your ass
I
off.
played for hours. Not only that, woke my girlfriend up and told her I wrote some amazing stand-up on God being a Rastafarian, and it's fucking hilarious. And it was the funniest shit I've ever written. And the next morning, I didn't understand what the fuck I'd written. I was like, and gotta talk like this, I'm from Jamaica. But
I'm God, man.
I bless you. I bless everyone. I made the earth in 7 days.
Dude.
Meanwhile, I'm writing this stuff I'm waking
High
up.
as
I'm writing.
shit.
I go, just so you know, I'm writing stuff that's going to change my life. I'm writing stuff. I didn't know what it did to me. I'm fucking scribbling away. I go to bed at 5 or whatever.
Wrote a novel.
I look up. I'm like,
stand-up.
let me see what I wrote. I was like, who the fuck broke into my? What mongoose broke into my fucking house? Got their paws in ink and scratched away at the fucking at the page.
You thought it was life changing.
Life changing. Life changing.
That's hilarious.
Like I wrote this shit about God being a Rastafarian. Nobody's ever thought of that.
That's hilarious.
Nobody's ever thought of that. You and I were laughing so hard at embarrassing moments.
Dude, there's been a couple. Hey, speaking of embarrassing moments, almost embarrassed to tell this story on the air. Remember when I was first getting into stand-up like a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
And you were like, just start writing some stuff. I wrote some stuff, and I wrote some stuff on TSA at the airport, and I sent it to Brian. And it's like when you write, and you're like, ugh. Like Brian was way nicer to me than he should have been. I sent him, and I go, "What do you think?" And then 10 minutes later, he goes, "I just get text. Let's go ahead and burn that." It's so embarrassing.
Well,
and I go back and read it, and you're like, dude, you know how many people, think how many comics are flying through like all the time? Think how many bits there's been on TSA? I'm like, yeah, good point.
But when I got it, I was like, this is this delicate moment for him right now. He's trying. He's dipping his toe in the deep end right now. Let me make sure he doesn't. I don't push him all the way in, or he'll drown. You gotta be careful with that. I was like,
though.
it's good.
You're
man.
doing
it's good.
solid.
It's good in a terrible way. Now, terrible is not a strong enough word for
He
this.
said, you should burn this.
You gotta burn that, and
It was so bad.
you gotta try it.
It was so bad.
You gotta try it.
We just got to start somewhere, even if it's terrible.
Trying anything for the first time.
You don't know, man. It's hilarious though. And then, dude, last night at the Laugh Factory, different crowd.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I'll tell you what's fun for me is like when I was at the Improv, different crowd.
Yeah.
And I was
by the way, Wednesday night.
and I was planning on doing 15 minutes. You're doing 6 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
well, okay, but. To me, it's the experience of being this new comic. I got to deal with this random shit.
Yes.
Because I didn't do open mics. I would love to, but for whatever reason, these big clubs want me to do stand up there. So my open mic is in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm learning on the fly where people who were on the road or doing open mics learn this stuff. I'm learning a different way, but I'm never like scared of it. I'm not timid by any of that stuff. And there's no ego at all when it comes to comedy for me. So to me, it's the part of the experience. I was like, I'm doing 6 minutes.
You don't seem nervous,
I
man.
just started laughing.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to. I thought I was doing 15, 20. He goes, oh no, who told you? That's just what I've been doing. He goes, no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes, it's a rough crowd, brother. He hits me. He goes, it's a rough crowd. I went, oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
That's whatever. That's fun. And then
It's so important to have those
I know,
rough
it
crowds.
helps you.
Wednesday night in that room, nobody knows this, but the Improv in Hollywood can be an incredible room. It can also be a very difficult room.
You know who I was talking this about with Neil Brennan. Neil Brennan was on with me last night.
Yep.
And he because I was there in the green room for a while just by myself. I was like, God damn, I hate being like all alone
Upstairs?
Yeah, I was all
That's
alone.
lonely
The only
out
guy,
there.
and I was like, that's why I was texting. I'm like, damn, where you at, man? And then Stevie got there crazy late. Stevie Blue Eyes
Right.
and his boy, and then the guy running it, who's a great guy. I forget his name, but he's really cool. He came up. He goes, "Hey man, I know you're supposed to go on second. Do you mind going third? We got a guy who's going to come." I go, "Yeah, no problem at all. I'll go on wherever you want, man. I'm just honored to be here." He goes, "Yeah, it's Neil Brennan." I went, "I'll go after him, who's a monster."
Yeah.
But Neil came up. And I went, "Oh, what's up?" And we really don't know each other at all. He's just on Rogan. He's one of my favorite people. He's actually my favorite guest he has on
Get him
there.
on the podcast.
Me and him talked about it.
Yeah.
And so he comes up. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're my fucking favorite on Rogan." He's like, I heard that. And then, I think him just being a nice guy, he was like, "Oh, you're going to go next, man. I'll go after you." Which he could have.
for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And
yeah.
dude, so I went, and it's just weird crowd. Is more like it was more of like Armenian Muslim
Sure.
crowd, because that's what the mark into, which is I welcome that stuff. And then so I did fine, went well, and then I stayed because Neil went on after, and to me Neil's one of the greatest minds on earth right now, and he does his thing, and dude, I left there being a little inspired, little discouraged, because I'm like, my brain doesn't work like that.
Neil's been doing it a long time, and Neil was not always like that.
My brain does not work
But
like
Neil,
Neil's.
I was with Neil when he first started stand-up.
Really?
Neil was not at all that way. Neil, like everybody else, had his, and now, because he's been doing it nonstop, yeah.
But he was in the back and he's writing. I'm like, God, he's gonna write a joke. But the thing he was writing was, and I won't give his bit away, but I was like, damn, that's weird. He's gonna go up to the notepad. I like this piece of paper, but it was part of the bit. He was because he didn't memorize it.
Yeah.
It was this funny bit he was doing, how men and women interact, and it was. It's just really brilliant stuff. Where I'm like, damn, my brain
always
doesn't work like
thinking.
that.
Neil it does work that way. So Neil is a guy who's always been reading and always been thinking and always been dealing with his own. He's very honest with his own
He has
deficits,
demons.
his
Yeah.
own demons, his own and. I've
He's
always
also
admired that
award-winning
about him.
writer for Dave Chappelle.
He was the
the
creator,
skit writer for Chappelle.
Well, he's the creator of the Chappelle Show with Dave Chappelle. You know that, right?
Oh, no, I just thought he wrote.
Oh no! No, he was the creator.
He won an award.
Neil Brennan created the Chappelle Show with a guy named Dave Chappelle.
Jesus.
Neil Brennan directed all the Chappelle Show. Neil Brennan was the writer, director, and creator.
He won an award too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool because afterward, I get done with my set, and like if Brian or D'Elia or Segur or Rogan or Hinchcliffe, or like if my boys are performing, I'll stay. But usually I get out of there.
Yeah.
Like and there's no hang, there's no one there, so I
No.
just left. But I wanted to watch Neil. because I respect him so much. So I watched him like, Jesus Christ, this guy's a monster.
Yeah.
And they came up after and we talked. And he's just the nicest guy, man.
The best.
No one's really been mean to me.
Don't ever get discouraged by that. That should
No,
be inspiring.
I shouldn't have said discouraged. I don't mean discouraged.
I know what you mean. A little intimidated.
But I was a little bit like,
a little intimidated.
fuck, that guy's a
You got
monster.
in other words, I got a long way to go to get to
Yes.
that point, and that's a great thing to do.
But it's also different flavor than mine.
Yes.
He's in a complete different
He's
lane.
cerebral.
It's a complete different lane.
Yeah.
Like I watch him, I'm like, fuck, it's a different lane.
That's right. And what matters
He's a
is
smart
your
dude.
experience.
Yeah. It's through my lens and getting my humor.
And there
out
are
of my
just
lens.
so many different kinds
There's
of
so many.
comedy.
No, yeah, like no. And what I shouldn't say discouraged. I should say like my life experience is different than his.
Yes.
So and his humor is not the same as my humor. It doesn't mean. And it's pick your point. Like what do you like better?
I just think it's really
it markets to different crowds.
I think it's really good to have people that you look up to, and I think it's really good to have people that awe you, and I think it's really good to be inspired by that stuff.
I think it's good to also realize that there's those kind of brilliant minds out there that you can actually see. Like when he was just doing his thing, I was like, "Fuck, man."
That's why I go see
Just a
theater and
different-
stuff in New York and all that stuff, where I read stuff to remind myself that there are people out there that are further along and set the bar high. They set the bar. Like you go, that's where the bar is. Shit.
Oh, that's the reason these fucking. I mean, you think about those Dave Chappelle skits. You're talking about transcending skits. You're talking about really that Chappelle show was the voice of our generation, especially my generation. I mean that you're talking about the biggest comedy thing ever, ever. And some of those skits will. The people will never do better.
They'll live on.
They will never do better.
Yeah.
Like some of those, the uniqueness of those skits, it's ridiculous, man.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
I love that shit.
Just different lane.
I just am into the path. Like I love that idea where you sometimes when you figure out, first of all, where to place your energy, which is a really good place to be, right? So you know where to place your energy in terms of, I know I got podcasting and I want to get really good at this thing. And I'm watching people who are really good and I'm just going to do what they do, right? It's that idea of the path of least resistance, and figuring it out.
But with comedy, it's a little different. Like, someone asked me, I forget what it is. They asked me what comedy's like for me. I said, think of a painting that you're never going to finish. Like, just think of a painting. You're like, oh, this thing looks good. You're like, oh, yeah. It will never
That's a great way to
it
put
will
it.
never be finished. So you're working on it, and other people are like, God, it looks good. And you're like, God damn, I got some shit to do. Like I got to add this over here. I got to do this. I got to do this. It's never going to get
Well, I
done.
got one for you too. There's also the idea that when you shoot a 1 hour, okay. And by the way, I should be pitching this, which I have not been doing, but my 1 hour is on Google Play and on iTunes, and they want me to push it, so I sell a lot before the new year because it'll mean a lot. So it's called Never Grow Up. But like when you shoot that, so my 1 hour, I've already got a whole new hour.
Well, you shot that a while ago.
Yeah. So
too.
when you do it, you kind of, the difficult part is I did that. It's my best effort. I did it. Now I'm doing something completely different. Now I have to start from scratch. And in a way, you're starting a whole new painting. But I know what you mean. Overall, this never ends. This shit never ends because now I'm in a new phase of my life. I got to make that relevant. I got to make that funny. I got to make that personal. I got to make that original.
And what else was interesting to me about this game that we can refer to, or this career, is that it's all subjective, isn't it? Like in sports, it's pretty black and white.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. Check this out. I'm going to dunk this ball, put my nuts in your face. You can't do shit about
That's
it.
right.
I'm going to average 40 points again. I'm the greatest player on earth. And I put up the numbers here. Look at the numbers here. Comedy, someone who's a Brian Callen fan isn't going to be the same fan as, say, Tom Segura. Right. Or someone who's a Joe Rogan fan might not like what Brian's doing.
Yep.
So it's all subjective.
Yeah.
Like, you want to argue who the best comic of all time is? We can go ask 100 people. You can get probably 100.
That's why. Have you ever heard me?
Isn't it weird?
Have you ever heard me in your life be competitive about stand up, or even say I'm funnier than anybody else?
But no, because it's all subjective.
Yeah,
like,
I just-
if we ask Jin who's funnier, he might say, who's funnier, Brian or Joe Rogan? He might go, oh, I like when Joe does this.
Yeah.
I don't like, Brian does too much movement for me. Okay, cool. Then I go ask the lady at the front desk, who's funnier, Brian or Joe? Well, I love how Brian's so animated. I don't like that Joe did. All right, that's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Same Coke or Pepsi. Argue which one's better. It's all subjective, really.
Well, also sometimes
Which is
you can
interesting
have a
to me.
comic that can kill crowds. Like the crowd is fucking going crazy, but then you get a comic up there who's really smart and makes the crowd do a little something different. The
all
crowd
different.
isn't laughing like, "Ah," but the crowd's going, "Fuck, I never thought of life that way. That's so funny and crazy."
And then there's some
that's a
guys,
different
yeah.
reaction, right? So sometimes the crowd is inspired and elated and kind of like they don't even know what to do with you, and other times they're laughing because you're smashing coconuts or something. I mean, depending on, you know, you're doing something nutty and they're cheering.
Yeah, but the guy you're talking about could be like and there's certain comics like this that are more storytellers, and there's comics who are just and the crowd can't. It's an ab.
Dave
workout.
Attell was the greatest joke teller. I think the greatest joke writer I've ever seen.
Really?
Dave Attell is a monster. I mean, Dave Attell would be like, "There's something about Mace that really bothers my eyes. I always seem to lose my erection." Now, here's the thing. I mean, he would always do this, and he'd just kill you. And it'd be these fucking things. But Dave wasn't necessarily interested. I mean, I don't want, you know, but the reason he was so incredible, and he's incredible, was that he would just get you to be like, he is coming up with shit that I've never even heard the order of words, and he's really funny.
Yeah.
Not a storyteller. Not Ellen DeGeneres or not, you know, Richard Pryor bringing characters to life.
Yes.
It's just different. Yeah. So how do you compare Dave Attell to Richard Pryor? It's tough because
it's your cup of tea, man.
Yes,
it's
your
really
cup of tea.
what you prefer.
Or there's room for both. Right? Or there's room for both expressions of comedy. Both are amazing. Both crack you up, and both make you realize that stand-up comedy is some badass shit and really hard to do and worth
different.
sitting and watching. So when I go to a show and Dave Attell comes up for 30 minutes, and then Richard Pryor comes up for 30 minutes, and then, you know, whoever else, Bill Burr comes up, I'm watching three different expressions. But it's
it's no different
show.
than just changing the channel.
Yeah.
Like Walking Dead, Dexter, Games of Thrones. You can like all of them, or maybe you don't like dragons, so you don't watch Games of Thrones. But they're all brilliant.
You're gonna laugh.
But maybe it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, but you're gonna laugh.
Yeah,
Typically, you're gonna laugh your ass off. You're gonna laugh in a different way, but you know.
Or you might not laugh. You might just be intrigued and just, you know, entertained. Yeah, it is.
But there's no. It's what's funny about comedy too is there's no rule. Like, I don't know how to write for you. I don't know what writing means for you. I know what it means for me. I don't know how to inspire you to write shit. There's no rule. There's no like camp school I could ever come up with to teach you how to fucking do comedy.
No, there's no comedy camp.
I'm training my dog right now, and I'm obsessed with this technique, which is there's this woman, Robert Bailey, who trained animals for the I can't believe that I made a movie about this, for the U.S. military. I don't know, cockroaches.
They train cockroaches?
Chickens, pelicans.
Hey, bro. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, look at me. They train cockroaches?
They train cockroaches.
Are you lying?
No, they train cockroaches to turn on or off lights. The U.S. government, espionage, they trained animals for espionage. Where they
cockroach?
Yes, they wanted ravens.
Hit it, Larry. He's all...
Well, so what they would do is they'd get. I don't know the details of the cockroach thing, but I know the details of, like, they would get. They were using crows before drones. They were using crows and ducks and shit for espionage. They'd mount cameras and stuff, all kinds of weird shit that we didn't know about. These guys can train cows, goats. They train a rabbit to kiss another rabbit and ride a bicycle. All right, and ride a fucking bicycle. I'm not kidding.
How did his feet reach the pedals?
They have a special rabbit bicycle.
This is a lie.
No, they have a special. Bob and Miriam Bailey, look it up. Look, they trained over 15,000 animals, 150 species. And the way they would do it is the way you train a dog
in the CIA.
They worked for the CIA. They worked for.
But their job is just training.
They were
animals
animal
in
trainers
general.
because they realized
the CIA was like, "Yo, we need this cockroach to turn off the lights."
Right. So you know, you train a dog, like, you go, stay, no,
Yeah.
and you correct the dog. Try doing that with a bear. Go ahead and try to do that with a grizzly bear sometime.
People have done that though.
That they don't train them that way. Like, so the way you train
Bart
an
the
animal
bear
that can kill you is you don't correct it with like, you don't smack it on the nose.
Hell no.
Yeah. And she would never train her dog that way. She's got this woman, Susan Garrett's got more trophies. She's trained like more world championships for her. Yeah. She never corrects her dog. What she does, it's a form of positive reinforcement where you use for example, you use their evolution. So if you want a dog to come to you, what you do is you'd run away from the dog, and your friend would hold it, and then you'd say her name once, let the dog go, and the dog comes running after you because it's their prey drive. So they hear their name and they have fun. They go, That signals my prey drive. You said my name, I'm going to chase you. Then you give him a treat. Then you
They
wait.
know it's positive.
Yeah, and then you wait. At the end, you hold the dog, and then you go all the way over there. You stand there, and you go, Lucy, and the dog comes running at you. You give her a treat. So she equates
Associates
you. And good things happen when she's near you.
Yeah.
And good things happen.
So she wants to be with
Yeah, then
you.
you have like a distraction, like a squirrel or a fucking ball in the other direction. But she's so keyed in on that treat and so keyed in that no matter what, she chooses you over everything, right? You want a dog to heel? You want a dog to stay next to you? Typically, you yank the dog and you correct the dog. You give it a correction. You give it a correction. Not the way she trains. Her dog's best in the world. She just says, anytime you're next to me, I'm going to let you make your own choice. I always give my dog a choice. I give the animal a choice. When you're next to me, you get a treat. When you're not, I ignore you. And it's that idea. The long and the short of this shit is that there's no school.
Hey, bro.
There's no school.
Are you selling? What does she offer? A workshop or something?
So
how much do I need to donate?
No,
What's going on
this
here?
is the point I'm
do
making.
I need to give you money?
You're going to love this. This is the point I'm making.
You want me to train?
You want to train?
You want to train?
You want to train your girl? Sometimes your girl gets mad because you got a wandering eye. You're looking over at those girls over there, and she's like, "You look at those fucking girls." And then what I do is I go,
You
huh?
stuff that bitch's mouth with a Triscuit.
Thank you. Not
And
Triscuit with jelly. Triscuit with jelly.
No, fuck the jelly. She knows every time she's got a line, I'm gonna stuff her mouth with
That's
a Triscuit.
all it is. You caught me with this hooker. I know you're mad. I'm using our house. Here you go. Here, look, quick.
Triscuit.
So she starts to equate.
They're dry.
They're dry. So
God,
you're
dog.
the one who wants a fucking Triscuit.
No, that bitch wants a Triscuit.
Well, let's a piece of chocolate, okay? Depends.
No, I'm not carrying chocolate in my pocket. I'm carrying Triscuits.
Well, then you're gonna get in fucking trouble for having a hooker in your fucking house, bro.
Not if that bitch loves Triscuits.
Okay,
And
well,
then
maybe
she knows every time I want to suck this dick, she's gonna get a Triscuit. That's what I'm taking from
I
this
feel
whole.
like you're missing-
That's what I'm taking from this whole thing. Like, so if I just walk around with Triscuits,
Yes.
people are gonna get near me.
Well, not
Am I
Triscuits,
missing
bro,
the
because
boat
human
here?
beings aren't freaking out over Triscuits. Can you give her?
They're so dry.
Here's what I do. You could bring Triscuits. I bring a bag of diamonds. And every time
See,
I
that's too
fuck
expensive,
up,
brother.
I go, here you go. So's divorce. So you don't want to get yourself in trouble.
I feel like a bag of diamonds.
You go, I know. I got a couple hookers and an 8-ball here. I'm a little high right now. I'm a little upset. And the nanny's here. He's a diamond.
Here's a
He's a
diamond.
diamond. So again, you're conditioning. You can
it's-
use
well,
it for everything,
That's
bro.
the Kardashian way. I like it.
You can
I
use
like
it for
your
everything.
thinking.
The point is, there's no school like that for fucking comedy. God damn it.
God,
It's a roundabout
point
way.
is, stock up on Triscuits. Get your dick sucked.
She made a rabbit ride a bicycle, man. YouTube that shit.
That
right
bitch has
now.
too much time.
YouTube that shit.
She has
right
too
now.
much time on her hands.
I couldn't find anything.
Is it a
on the
human
bicycle.
bike? Because I don't give a fuck if it's a tiny little
ain't-
rabbit bike.
What? Why not? It's not a human bike.
Why
You know,
don't you just tape his big, giant, fucking flopping feet and watch him go like
it ain't a
this?
6-foot bunny. I don't know if you know this. Bunny rabbits aren't that big. Marianne Bailey, rabbit bicycle. Oh, that's pretty good. Or just put rabbit riding
Rabbit
bicycle. Yeah.
Well, that's not her, is it? I'm sure there's a
It was
million
her
rabbits.
training, though. It was her training. Like, they
Rabbit riding
train everything.
bicycle. In a basket.
It has 300 views.
that's
But
a
of course
bicycle.
it does.
Yeah. Well,
I don't see anything.
Yeah, there's nothing.
it's classified. It was for the CIA.
You're completely making this
No,
up.
I swear to God, I'm not. It's on Wikipedia.
Don't waste our time.
No, I
Tim.
swear to God. But I mean, it doesn't
It's
matter.
lame as fuck.
I'll find it for you.
You're talking about a rabbit bicycle that she built, and then
Oh, here you go.
she puts his big chompers to it.
It
Yeah,
says
there
it
you
trained a
go.
bunch of different animals, but I don't see
Yeah.
a bicycle one.
There it is. It's there.
Yeah, I'm sure. You making stuff up?
No, I
boy?
swear to God. Train raccoons. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Rabbits that kissed their plastic girlfriends, rode fire trucks, and sounded sirens, and rolled wheels of fortune.
Nope.
Ducks that play piano. Ducks
Well,
that play
no.
piano.
It says nothing about a rabbit riding a bike.
Yeah, it did. If you look at it, it's right there. It's like,
Why do you make this shit up?
Because I
Why
fucked
do you
up. I fucked
lie?
up fire trucks and rolled wheels, and I must have put a
Big difference.
Shit.
Okay, so they put a rabbit on a fucking fire truck.
Yeah, but the duck.
Whoop-de
But look,
fucking do.
there's a duck that played
I'll get
piano.
a zebra on a fire truck, bitch.
There's a duck that played pianos and drums, and a
I
raccoon
don't
that played
care.
basketball.
A duck with his beak on.
Look.
That's what she does with her life.
Chickens that walk tightropes.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
The chicken don't want to fall.
It dances music in fucking jukebox.
I'm not impressed at all.
You're not impressed with a chicken walking a tightrope, and
No. Most chickens could walk tightrope.
you've done no experiments to say that, man.
Dude, if you put a chicken high up and you go, hey, little buddy, you got to get from here to there, he's not going to just be like, no. He's literally gonna be like, what the fuck? And he has wings, so he's like, all right, let me balance here. Yes.
Listen, man.
It's a fucking chicken.
Every time I put a chicken on a fucking
Bro,
tightrope,
hold on.
they fall
Hold
off.
on. Why'd you lie and say rabbits riding bikes?
I fucked up because that's what happens when
This
you read
is the
something
problem.
once.
This is the
When
problem.
you read something once, you take...
No, but you're like, they rode bikes. I'm like, what kind of
Well,
bikes?
it rolled wheels of fortune and it rode a fire truck and sounded the siren.
Rode a fire truck.
And the fire truck is it's like a bicycle but it has four wheels.
So you opened the door, threw a rabbit, and they're like, look at him. He's fucking in there. God damn it, Brian.
I guess what I was thinking is that since it rode a fire truck, it was pushing pedals, but you've seen monkeys do that, so...
Now I don't believe any of this
It wasn't a
stuff.
rabbit.
And the CIA, you know what? I don't
Yeah.
believe they train roaches.
No.
Matter of fact, that might be the biggest lie you told.
No, they train roaches. Please
Oh,
look
hey,
that
a
up.
roach to turn the lights off?
Yeah, watch this.
Oh my God, you a fucking liar, man.
no, you'll see.
Because when you said it, I'm like, how the fuck is that roach gonna have the power to turn the fucking
No,
thing down?
they would push on it with their little
Why do you
arms.
lie like that?
Look it up. That's what I. That's what I read.
There's no evidence of roaches on this.
Dude,
Hey,
you haven't
Jim,
looked
can you
properly.
Google cockroaches turning lights off?
Yeah, trained roaches. Cockroach
Trained?
training. Cockroach training. See that? Hold on. Cockroach training.
All right.
Put in training. Yeah,
Cockroach
you
training.
fucks.
Can you really train cockroaches like orange is the new black?
It says,
Smoke a cigarette?
it says, new black cockroach training might be impossible.
No, there's no. Hold on.
It's from a TV show.
Hey, training a
Netflix
German
show.
roach on a leash.
But look it up because you can.
To turn on lights, you said, right?
Yeah, just cockroach training to turn off lights.
Off lights.
Let's just see if that comes up.
Learning light position cockroaches in response to light. I don't see anything.
Learning by the cockroach, America was studied using an electronic device that turns off a light in response to leg position. There you go.
This one.
No, they're
Look,
not. No. It says,
Learning of leg position by
no,
the
no,
cockroach in
no.
response to
They're
light.
setting up little devices where the cockroach walks on it. It turns the light off. They have no idea.
But they're training them to walk on the light, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. You said they turned off the CIA trained cockroaches.
Yep, it
to
says here. It says the
turn lights
CIA
on.
trained cockroaches.
All right, we've seen enough.
No,
shit.
learning by the cockroach. American
Cockroaches respond to light, is what it says.
Training sets were modeled on the position of leg, one of the cockroach controlling simulation.
Cockroaches learn to lift the leg to turn off the
Thank
light.
you.
Oh.
There you go.
No, it's a little device. It's
But
not
they're
like
you're still training it to do it. It still learned to
hey,
lift
brother,
its leg.
brother.
You're like,
Hey,
you click and you go,
hey,
and it lifts its leg.
but
That's
why
what I'm
did
saying.
you say the CIA was training to turn off lights?
Well, that's what they were using them. It was some kind of an espionage thing. I swear to God. They used animals for espionage. Even
A
goats,
cockroach to turn off the
apparently
lights on?
cows, birds to spy on
Stop.
enemy positions.
Oh, and the bird came back like.
No. But they had cameras.
Three
on.
guys!
They had cameras on, so the bird would learn.
They put like GoPros on their top.
They'd learn to fly with, I think, clicking and stuff.
That I get.
Yeah.
The cockroach turn off the light switch.
Yeah. Cockroach, they would
Exaggerate a little bit. You tried hyping this little bitch up.
No, you can see this. They do train. You can train a cockroach. Apparently, look it up. You'll find it.
Bird training for sure.
Ooh,
Trained spies weren't even human.
there you go.
Yep.
Cats,
Yeah, right.
train a bird or a spider. Look at this. Jesus.
Oh. Where's the spider?
Oh, hey, click up. No. Click back on that last one you're on.
Okay.
That's dope. Look, CIA's most highly trained spies weren't even human.
Former trainer reveals the U.S. government deployed non-human operatives, ravens, pigeons, even cats, to spy on Cold War adversaries. Whoa. See? It's nuts. We got all into this shit. I would love to have a trained fucking raven. I would check out everything you were doing.
Birds, is that? I don't think anyone's surprised by.
Yeah, you know ravens, they say, are as smart as dolphins.
Smart as shit,
They
yeah.
use like tools and
Yeah,
stuff.
they show them like opening up these nuts and stuff.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
man.
weird.
It's really crazy.
I heard they trained ravens to turn on and off lights too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can train a raven to do calc derivatives.
Yeah, ravens are smart as fuck.
That's so crazy. I want a raven badly.
I don't.
Why not?
They're kind of evil looking.
Really? I like that.
The all black. You
They're
are dressed.
scary. Ravens can
Who wears
fuck with
all
you.
black on a Christmas holiday?
I look like an art
look-
thief.
How about that scarf you were rocking yesterday?
I couldn't wait to see. I'm waiting for
But
him
you were dead
at
serious.
Justa to eat, and he shows up, and I was wearing my scarf, and I tied it super tight around my neck, and I was like, I can't wait to see his face because I was kind of hot, and I was going to take it off, but I was like, keeping it on.
Why did you wear that
Keeping
scarf?
it on, and you come in and you just stop.
In front of a whole
He
crowd?
stopped
I went,
still, and your hands went down. You clasp both hands in front of your body, right in front of your groin, and you went, and you took a breath. You went, and I was like,
So funny. Look at.
I sent Rogan a message. I go, hey buddy, I know you love when I wear scarves. So just wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Did he respond?
No. Fucker
You can't
didn't
even
respond.
Well, brother, this
has
is
been a good
this is
year,
our
pal.
Christmas special New Year's show. Next week you will be in Bora Bora.
Yes, sir.
I will be in Napa Valley.
Wow.
So this will come out next week.
I love
This
it.
episode will come out next
We had a
week.
good year, pal. It's been amazing.
We have a
And,
good year. Guest of the year? You got any before we get out of here? Can you think of any?
You know, I liked a lot. I liked John McGinley. I liked Guest of the Year. I always like rap. I always like Sasso. Who is our Guest of the Year? We had one guest that surprised the shit out of us.
Oh, the guy doing the impressions, who's on Two Broke Girls.
Well, he was great. Jonathan Kite.
Jonathan Kite was
great.
good.
We had somebody else who was a beast. Keep going. Let's see this. Oh, how about Matt McGrath? Matt McGrath with Mark McGrath. He was great.
Yeah, I don't call him
Mark
Matt.
was great.
Yeah.
Loved Chael. Chael and I talked Trump.
Keep going up.
That's all for the.
That's all they
pictures here.
got.
But you and I were talking that it's always best when it's just you and I. For me, like the ones I get the most.
I think we're doing.
satisfaction from.
I talked to our booker. I think we're. I don't think we need a guest every week. If the guest fits the.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If the guest can fit the vibe, I think we do it. But I don't think we plan on. I think the change we do for 2017 is if it's a guest we want, we know, or it's a guest that we think is going to be fun, we have them on.
Yeah,
We can't have this booker sell us on the guest.
that's right. I agree.
It's not working.
I
For
agree.
me, it
Dominic Moynihan was great. Remember
doesn't- Oh,
him?
Dominic was great.
He was great.
I like him too.
Sean Merriman was good.
Yep, Sean was great.
The Hodge twins.
Yep.
Ed O'Neill.
O'Neill was great.
Dude, Mike
I
Stud.
loved
Mike
Ed
Stud
O'Neill.
was a fun one.
Yep.
Ian Edwards. Paul DeGelder. Sal. Remember Sal?
Sal Masekela. I
My
want to
boy
get him
Drama.
back on. I ran
I want
into-
to get Sal
he's
back on
great.
too.
Had the Range 15 boys. Had the McDonald.
Oh yeah, the Ranger. Cerrone was great.
McDonald's great.
Obviously, Rap, Schilling.
Oh man,
Man, we had a big year.
we had a big year.
Yeah,
Pal.
2017. I think we're more selective on guest, and yeah,
We had a good talk too. You know, it's everything that when you want to keep things fresh and going, you always have to return and get back to what makes you good and make adjustments and be honest and figure out where you can make improvement. And that's something that never goes away. And I think a lot of people don't do that. I appreciate that we always try to do that.
I think a lot.
I think
I
we're
think
both open
successful.
to
I
that.
think a lot of successful people do that.
Yeah, you
gotta-
have to be,
yeah.
man. It's a verb, man.
Yeah, you can't go through the motions with anything.
Yeah. We got some surprises for the new year. We got
We
some
do?
fucking surprises for you. Yeah.
What?
We got some surprises. Oh man. Wait till you see the shit I have in store. Wait till you see the music,
The music,
tits everywhere. It's gonna be
tits.
tits.
Man, trying to think.
Quick dropping knowledge. Just
Oh, you wanna do that? I'd
in the
rather just
holiday
leave.
In the holiday spirit,
I would
wanted
rather
to-
just
No, I
leave.
know, but in the holiday spirit, I thought I'd just give you some. I did some research on some charities that I thought maybe if you wanted to give this holiday season, I thought it'd be nice to kind of drop for you guys, for the hell of it. There are just go to probably the best thing is globalgiving.org is really, really good.
Did you really do research on
I
these
did.
things?
I did.
Because if you're going to recommend charities, they better be good, bro.
No, and the reason, and I'll tell you,
That's a ballsy
Global
move.
Giving is highly rated on Charity Navigator, and it's raised some crazy amount of money from 563,000 donors, and they've supported 15,906 projects. And so I think it's important. And one of the things I thought was really cool is there's a fund called Hero Rat. And again, they've trained rats to sniff out landmines and cleared out the organization that is involved in it cleared out 18 million mines from places like Mozambique. And they use the giant, check this out. They use the giant African pouched rats.
I love me a nice rat.
Oh, they're giant, dude. You got to see how they do this. Look at this. It's so fucking cool. They have them giant leashes, and they're taught to scratch and then they detonate the mines.
He doesn't like that big.
They're pretty big, and they're really cute. So
I think rats are cute.
yeah, there are a lot of different things.
That's
that
a thick
help.
rat. That's
It's
a thick
big.
old rat.
It's a giant pouched rat. It's a giant.
We don't have to watch all this, Chin. Just show me
A popo.
picture of the
A popo
rat.
is the rat.
That's a big old rat on a leash there.
Oh, they're big. That's
Dude,
big.
he's
that's,
cute.
That's an African pouch rat, bro. Don't kid yourself. That's a big fucking rat.
See, I wouldn't mind one
Yep.
of those as our mascot.
Yep. A lot of things for Afghanistan. The educating
That's
women.
good, Chin. We don't want to get knocked
See that?
off.
See that thing?
That's a big old rat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind one as a
So
pet.
just globalgiving.org is a great organization.
boom, boom.
And that's just I just figured it's the holidays.
Yeah.
Because people don't know what to do. And only 0.3%.
I think do your own research.
But only 0.3% of their operating costs go to operating the thing instead of like 50%. So most of the money
There's
goes
a lot of
to that
charities
bit.
out there. You just got to look into them.
Yeah.
For Firing the Kid, man, we appreciate all you guys listening. Already, I mean, we'll get the exact numbers, but December was our biggest month ever. Also, our first month on our own as well. So I think we made the right choice, brother.
Hell yeah, bro.
Biggest month ever. I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with us and being loyal listeners and telling your friends and giving us this opportunity. We're so fortunate. So 2017, just bigger, better, and it's going to be all good. 2017, we kick off our live tour in the Pacific Northwest. We're in Vancouver for 2 nights, then Portland, then Seattle. So Vancouver, 18th and 19th. I think we're in Portland or Seattle on the 20th, and then vice versa. It's either
And
Portland, Seattle, and
sorry, I
21st.
had to cancel my DC dates for January, but I'll be back there in August when it's super cold.
Boom. TFATK, Pacific Northwest, Vancouver, 2 nights, Seattle, Portland, 1 night only. All those are almost sold out, so get tickets right now. TFATK.com. This is the Firing Kid Christmas special. We're out.
We're out. Oops. Sorry.